Peace, Black Power family. This is Tahir RBG. Let me get right to it. We have a family emergency in my house. Me, my wife, and my children. We have an emergency and we need your support. So we need you right now. We got in a car accident last week. We're fine. I'm fine. My wife, the children, everybody's good. Nobody's hurt. Health is wealth, and we're very wealthy in our health. We are so good. Actually, it's a financial emergency that we're in. We need to raise $2,500 by Friday, this Friday coming up. Today is Monday. We need to raise it by Friday. The way I would like to propose to raise it is through my music. Just a little bit about myself, Tahir RBG. I'm a producer and an MC, hip hop MC, hip hop producer. I produce for Dead Prez, the album Let's Get Free. A lot of that I produced. A little bit of the second album and a lot of the Turn Off the Radio volumes 1 and 2. Some of those tracks I produced. Also produced for 69 Boys, The Cool out on the West Coast, Shabam Sadiq. I worked with J Electronica, The Roots. I produced for them. Quite a few people I produced for. A lot of soundtracks and scores and this, that, and the third. But then I started making my own music. Came out with my first album. Before I even get into that, let me tell you what I'm proposing to do. I have a catalog of 13 albums. 13 albums. Catalog is worth $155. I am doing a online fire sale from today to Friday to raise the $2,500. 5 albums of your choice from my catalog, 5 albums for $20, or the entire catalog for $50. So 5 or the entire, $20 or $50. And as far as my shows and my services for my performances, if you give a $500 or better contribution, I will fly out to wherever you are in the continental U.S. and do a show for free. For free. I'll come out there and do it for you. Between Monday and Friday, if you contribute $500 or better, I'm out there wherever you are. So in those details, we can work that out and get that together, So let's go into a little bit of what I do and what you'll be getting. You'll be getting my show. You'll also be getting my albums. Start with my first album. This is Homecoming. It's my first album that I did. Features a lot of my People Army RBG comrades, Dead Prez, A-Likes, Illegal Tendencies, the Skinnies, and quite a few other folks. They're here. This was my first album. Second album that you'll be receiving that you have a choice from is Recoil. This is my second album I came out with. This is all independent music. I never signed to any major. I worked with a lot of major labels, but I never signed a contract because I felt like I can be held down by my community. My community got my back. So in doing African liberation music, I felt like we can do that. So this is the second album I got. My third album is Hood Economics. And third album came out with it, featuring who's on here. Karen Wheeler from Soul to Soul is on here. My brother Soul Messiah from God Hop, he contributed to this album. Lonnie Liston Smith is on here. Quite a few folks. Of course, Dead Prez is on here, and we made it happen with the third album. And then I went into something called the Blackberry Files, which is Actually, something like something like an audio documentary documenting my spiritual growth. Okay, because I started getting into African spirituality, as of course I would with my African traditions, and so I documented it through music, and it's been a great teaching tool for myself as well as others. We got volume 1 of the Blackberry Files. We got volume 2 of the Blackberry Files. We got volume 3 of the Blackberry Files. All this is music, songs. Volume 1 through 3 were about getting into the flow of African traditions and African spirituality. I just started kind of learning about my ancestors, different stuff like real entry level things, and which everybody has to do, one way or the other. So then after that, I started getting into some real subject matter, particular subject matter. Well, these are kind of general. I went into some particulars. First one I did, volume 4, is about the feminine principle in African women. So this one's called Blacker the Berry, Sweeter the Juice. I went to my elders in the community, my wife, just finding out what should I rap about and talk about as far as black women and what would be useful information that I could convey, through my music. So the entire album is about the African woman and the feminine principle. So it's a great album for young girls, women, couples. We get into sexual alchemy on here. We get into so many things on volume 4. Volume 5 is the African edition. So we're talking about not everything in Africa, because Africa is so big, you have to be doing endless volumes. But it talks about quite a few things from Africom to the land, to the people, the cultures, different stuff. Also, an ode to Fela is this is actually like a double thing. Also, ode to Fela Kuti, and my brother Shemsi M. Tahuti is on here doing the commentary for it. Kind of a little in between stuff between the music about the Arabic slave trade. Some stuff that a lot of people may not know about. He's breaking that down. So that's volume 5. Volume 6 is the spirituality edition. By this time, 6 volumes in, I kind of got a little bit, not a whole lot, just a little bit of information up under my belt and experiences with spirituality, African spirituality under my belt. And I wanted to share it with people through my Blackberry Files. So some of my stuff I'm testing out, my story, my growth, I'm getting into that on this album. Different rituals, different spells, different things. I'm going into it through music, so it's easy to learn, easy to process. Volume 6. Volume 7 is the All Hood edition. This is exactly what it says, all hood. We talking about things that are in our community. Everything from, how we need to deal with each other, giving it up to those master teachers and those people who put all of it on the line for our betterment. Going through situations such as I'm going through right now, but they still stay strong and still put it down for us. All that kind of stuff. And I'm doing a lot of songs with other artists, other African liberation artists on this album. Volume 8 of the Blackberry Files is called The Evacuation Route. This is when I was pretty much done with Blackberry Files. I exhausted those chapters. Felt like it was time to bring it to a close, and and still had new information to drop on here. Then my first album out of the gate after that is called Cut the Devil Head Off, which as I see a lot of people feeling like that about now. And this is strictly warrior stuff right here. And then I got an album out currently that's called It's a Go. It's a dub plate project called It's a Go, featuring myself, a lot of African liberation artists from all around the world. Still from Cocoa Brothers, not Cocoa Brothers, Smith and Wesson, Boot Camp Click. Shout out to them. Thanks for making it through. And just a lot of artists from all over the world globally came together for this dub plate project called It's a Go, just to show you how deep we are out here in this African liberation work. And that's what I got to offer. And I got my shows and myself, as far as my performances, that's what I have to offer. Like I say, family, this is a family emergency, me, my wife, and my children that we in right now. And it's a financial emergency. Like I say, our health is okay. The car accident was a banger. Pun intended, it was a banger. But we made it out fine. But financially, we have a situation that is pending that is so important that we get this $2,500 by Friday. I know I can count on our community. I know that you all have our back. So let me tell you how you can get it to us. You can email me, and this is also my PayPal address as well. TahirRBG@gmail.com. That's TahirRBG@gmail.com. That is my PayPal link. You can email me. Let me know what volumes you want. You can pay through PayPal. Please do not go to my Bandcamp site and buy it, because the deal is not there. The deal is here with what I'm telling you now. If you go through the Bandcamp site, it'll just be business as usual. That's not where it is. I'm giving the deal right here, right now. Monday through Friday, it will be $20 for 5 albums of your choice. The entire catalog for $50. Please share this video. Share the video everywhere. I ask that you share and tag as many people as possible in it. We really need to raise this money, family, and I know I can count on y'all. I know I can. That's why I had to bring it to you. I had to set my pride aside. Brothers, y'all know how we are. We feel like, we just feel like we can do it. Don't worry, everything will be fine. And one of the resources, my greatest resources that I was reminded of is my community. So I just have to humble myself and come to y'all and ask for your support. So again, TahirRBG@gmail.com. I don't know if y'all can see that. That's clear. TahirRBG@gmail.com. And that's where you can donate. Any donation is fine. If you donate $20, I'm sending you 5. If you donate $50, I'm sending you the entire catalog. If you donate anything over $500, I'm coming out to wherever you are and I'm doing a free show. And if you ever been to my shows, you know it's more than just singing those songs. You know it's more than that. We get into some spirituality. I always give you something you could do and you could take home and go and do and empower yourselves. So that's all I got to say. Thank y'all. I feel so blessed that I got a strong community I can come to, and let's make it work, y'all. Bibi Fahodie, Black Power, peace and love. That's it.